Hey y'all, welcome to Vetted and Vet Med, the podcast where two African American female veterinarians pull back the curtain on the life and the world of veterinary medicine. I'm Dr. Wilson.
And I'm Dr. Levy. Join us as we dive into real conversations about mental health, career transitions, work-life balance, and the unique experiences we face as Black women in veterinary medicine.
So go ahead, grab your stethoscope,
and get your favorite cup of coffee or wine, and let's get vetted in Vet Med. We're back. It's been a couple of weeks since we initially posted the most recent episode in regards to veterinary burnout and just signs of veterinary burnout. And so today we are back to follow up on just some recommendations for recovering from burnout and mainly setting healthy boundaries for yourself as a veterinarian. And again, these can be applicable to all fields, but since we are veterinarians,
that's what we're going to talk
that's what we're
about.
So, and we'll share our own, personal experiences and what we do and how we can relate to some of these recommendations as well. So the first one is going to be setting firm work-life boundaries. So we are leaving work at work. We are avoiding checking our emails and reviewing cases after hours.
Mm-hmm. If they text you, I didn't see it until the next morning.
Even
I'm
if
so
I
sorry.
did,
Even if I did, and 9 times out of 10, I saw it. Oh, honey. Yeah.
we are saying no without guilt. Okay.
I mean, not a fiber in my body, especially towards the end there. But like being in a new space now,
Mm-hmm.
I'll answer some stuff, but I'm not gonna feel bad if I didn't see a message. Like, of course, they're not asking me things as extensive as I was being asked, but it's more like, oh, can we give this spay dog that wanted meds after you left meds? Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like I was out of town and they asked me a question and I was like 2 hours later or 3 hours later and I was like, I'm late, but yeah, of course. And they're like, okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finn.
Right.
Finita.
And I feel like some of that is okay because at a point in time, I was feeling like I don't want anybody to contact me at all. Like when I leave out these stores, like don't text me, don't call me, especially if it's my day off. Like I don't really want to hear from y'all at all. But some of the things, just being more practical and more reasonable, some of the things I feel like are appropriate. And I would prefer that they did ask me if it's something like, especially like what you just said,
Yeah.
instead of, them feeling like they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want them in that circumstance. And so I do feel like some things are reasonable to reach out to me about when I'm not there. But in regards to certain things about, whether it's a pet that I saw, if it is not an emergency, like, please leave me alone. Especially like if I saw the pet yesterday and then they came back today and I'm not there. The doctor that's there, that's on them now, and sure,
They are the doctor in question.
right, they're the doctor for the day, not me. So leave me alone. But yeah, even the checking the emails, the reviewing of the cases, I still struggle with that. Because not really like in the clinical setting, but like, because when I was working, especially when I was working for a corporate, I did not put that email on my phone at all because I didn't want to. I only wanted to check the emails when I got there. In your position, I feel like that might have been harder to like. You probably couldn't do that.
I should have did it. I
Mm-hmm.
should. Yeah. That was something I should have done and just left it on the work phone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, and kept two things separate.
Yeah.
But towards the end, I mean, I sent out an email to all of the people. I mean, higher ups, my line manager, everybody else line manager. If you want to contact me, this is the number you do it. If you want to email me, this is the email that you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't confuse the two. I will not answer my personal personal text or phone about anything work related. And my boss had a hard time with that. She would steadily text me on this personal phone. And guess what I didn't do? Answer. That's a boundary, ma'am. You're
That is
pushing
a
it.
boundary that you
And
see.
yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, aside from letting me know that you were nothing but my boss, by the way that you were moving,
Mm-hmm.
this is the boundary that I'm setting. And if you want to cross it, you will be met with silence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yep.
So, not every request, every shift, weekend, appointment, etc., is yours to carry. I've definitely gotten better at that. Like, I think, when I was there, they just stopped asking me because they already knew. And it just it depended on what the circumstances were as to why they
Mhm.
were asking me to cover. But most of the time, the answer was no, I can't because I have kids and I want to spend my time with them. I already have something to do. I'm going somewhere. And I didn't give any explanation. Like, oh,
Yeah.
can't cover it. No. And that was not always the case for me, just because I was a people pleaser.
Yeah.
So I was always saying yes. And then I just got to the point, and I'm still there. I'm like, I can't really do more than what I've signed up to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes I can. And then it's up to me to decide if I want to
Mhm.
do that or not.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like um in the last title that I held of area chief of staff, it was almost like if the shift wasn't covered, it was almost like an obligation for me
Hmm.
to feel it. And one thing that one of my coaching chief of staffs told me before I even got into it wholeheartedly was like, it's not your job, girl. It's
Mm,
not your job to cover all these. It's your job to do this, 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 and this. And that was probably the best piece of advice she ever gave me.
mm,
And I had to like really drill that in. It's not my job to cover everybody's shift. If
yeah.
you can't do it, I'm so sorry. Like I still somehow managed to spread myself thin. And those times where the weekend pay was a lot,
Hmm.
to be on your check. And I was like,
Mm.
okay, I'll do it. But I got to leave at this time or, something like that. Just to kind of make it more appealing to me. Yeah, it's just, if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Uh,
a business for a reason. They'll figure it out.
gonna figure it out. They're gonna figure it out. Um, yeah. So, and I that one, I couldn't. I feel like I could ride that one hard. Just keep riding it. Just keep riding
Yeah.
because even when it comes down to you're already overwhelmed on your schedule, somebody comes back to say, "Hey, somebody called, they want to bring such and such in." I had
Hmm.
something like that the other day. I had two euthanasias already for that morning. They came back and wanted to try to add on a third euthanasia for the morning. And I was just like, no, I can't. And it's sad because it's unfortunate,
Yeah.
that, but I'm like, I just can't take every euthanasia.
Yeah.
And there's a limit that I need to set for myself. Like, I'm already overwhelmed with all these chronic cases, and I've already had to put one dog down. I'm about to have to put another one down. Like,
Yeah. And I will say I have me in this moment, I'm literally having like one of those eureka aha because I really did contribute to that culture of add it on, add it on, add it on. And not because that's what they wanted me to do. It
mhm,
was almost like a challenge for myself in a sense because I would say it's not because of what they wanted me to do. That's what was kind of instilled in the beginning. And I was capable of doing certain things. Doesn't mean that you should though.
mhm,
Because why are you so tired? Why are you so frustrated? Why are you so this and that? It's because you did accept um 30 plus pets in a day.
right.
It's just and I kind of fed the beast.
Mhm, mhm.
So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
The next one is to make sure you are prioritizing your rest and your sleep. So, burnout often worsens with chronic fatigue. And so, you want to make sure that you're creating a consistent sleep routine and protect it like any other important appointment. And I have to stress that good quality rest. I mean, we talked about it before,
Mhm.
getting your sleep, getting good rest, because you could still be laying in your bed and still stressed about the events of the day or the previous day, where
Mhm.
it's like, yes, I'm laying in bed, but I'm not actually resting.
You're scrolling,
Yeah, scrolling, right, all of that.
thinking hard. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just think that if you create, because I've done this thing to where I'll put, because I feel like this is the absolute latest, well, the absolute earliest a lot of the times that I can go to bed is 10:30, which is still late. I
Mm,
try to still go before, but there's a thing on um my phone and it says like your bedtime is almost near, like
mhm,
wrap it up, girl. And it almost puts me in this mindset like, okay, okay, let me get myself together. Even if you don't meet that actual deadline or that time frame, it's telling you to put in your head that you need some rest. This
mhm.
is the time frame in which you can get this amount of time, like this amount of sleep. Get to it.
Yeah, yes.
So just setting reminders and
Yeah, we have access to all this technology. Like, I put my phone on, do not disturb. I'm asleep, at a
and then
certain.
sometimes I'd be like, notify anyway.
And even for the phone calls, because, initially I didn't want to put my phone on sleep
Hmm.
after a certain time because I'm like, oh, what if there's an emergency? Because I've
Yep.
definitely had that in the middle of the
Yep.
night. But you can set the people that
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to be able to have that call pushed through. So I did create a list of people that I'm like, okay, if they call me at 2 o'clock in the morning, then yes, please
Yeah.
let that call go through. But everybody else, they're just gonna have to wait till tomorrow, or they're gonna have
Yeah.
to figure it out. So that's definitely helped me is do not disturb. Um,
Yeah. That's good. I probably should incorporate that into my life. I think one thing my therapist did tell me that sometimes we think about rest as in going to sleep right away, or not right away, so going to sleep at night and getting your ample amount of sleep, but rest is also for your mental health and your brain as well. And although it's all a part of it, but waking up in the morning, and especially those who have kids or have to get to work and all that kind of stuff, just kind of sit there in
mhm,
the bed,
mhm,
and you don't have to say it out loud. Just I know that's not for everybody, but I think it should be for everybody. But like asking, yourself, what do you need from the day? Like, do
Mm-hmm.
I need grace today? Do
Yeah.
I need patience today? Do I need, confidence, and just kind of talking it through and setting an intention? Because if you wake up, I
Mm-hmm.
used to have it real bad. Wake up, grab your phone, scrolling. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I need to see what's going on in other people's lives right now? I
Like,
don't.
when you trying to get your life together,
Yes, I just woke up. Why am I like? Thank the Lord, girl. Thank the Lord, we all awake.
please.
Like, why are you grabbing this phone? It's not your life.
Yeah.
It's not your life.
So
So,
what happened overnight? Like,
yeah. At this point, does it matter? Does it matter what happened overnight? Like, this morning, I don't know. Did the tsunami hit
girl,
Hawaii? Did I know this morning? I didn't, because I said, "Thank you, Lord."
you
We
little
all open our eyes
right,
this morning,
right.
and this morning, I need a little rejuvenation, because
Mm-hmm.
school has started and I'm tired. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I asked for today, like a little rest and rejuvenation. I am sleepy. It's like
Yeah.
daylight savings. Jesus, I lost 2 hours. Whew,
I
it's
still
awful.
can't believe they started so early.
I can't believe it either. But we're here, I
But
guess.
we're here.
Mm.
The next one is take real breaks. Step outside, get a fresh breath of air, or just sit in silence. Even
Mm.
if it's for 5 minutes, just take a break. Use your PTO when you need to use it, and not just when it's convenient for other people. And I know when I first started, when I was in my lab animal position, I never took PTO. Like, I hardly ever took PTO. And when I left, I had so much at that time, they would still pay you out for your PTO.
Mhm.
And that was a nice little, to me, that was a nice little bonus check. But,
Mhm.
it was just representative of the fact that I never took time off. And if and when I did use the schedule around, what was convenient for everybody else. Like, who else is going to be here during that time? Who won't be here during that time, so that, you know, it'll be convenient for me to then take my time off. And now, for one, with me doing the part-time relief, I'm like, I just won't schedule myself, doing.
Mhm.
But the other side, like doing the part-time lab animal, I just submit the time. I don't even care to look to see who's off, who's here, anything like that. Because for one, it's so many of us. I'm like, somebody will be here.
Yeah.
Um, but also they don't be caring. I'm like, they just be booking their time.
You the only person asking that question.
Yes, I'm like, why? Why do I care so much? And on the flip side, they are not thinking about me. They are just scheduling their time and they're getting up
Yep.
around there. And even
Yep.
like we have in a couple weeks, it's gonna be just me and one other vet for the whole, college, because everybody decided to take time off on the same day. So it's just gonna be just two vets there, and we have 9 facilities, and I'm like, I didn't need that time, but I'm like, why is everybody taking this time? What's going on? Why? But I figure people try to take their last minute vacations before.
Mhm.
But that's not the first time I've been in that situation where it's been just me and one other vet. And none of them people didn't care when they put their time in. They just put their time in.
Yep.
And my supervisor, I mean, she at least did ask, like, are y'all okay with just being just y'all two? And we were fine with it. But I'm also like saying to myself, this is not the first time that everyone has left. And
Yeah.
like, there's been times where there would be like even just one person there. But so we had to put a stop to that. But Them people don't be caring.
I don't. Again, they gonna figure it out.
They gonna figure it
Like,
out.
you not taking PTO is only helping them. It ain't helping you.
Help.
This, like, honestly, people need to start thinking about jobs. Even, the people who are supplying the jobs, they all need to start thinking about this. It's a mutualistic
It's just
relationship.
mutual. Yes.
If you work, you give me pay. And so
Yeah.
in turn, if you put down PTO as a part of my benefits, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
Don't look crazy. Even if they do look crazy, like if somebody gives you, pushback, of course within reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you can be upset, but this is the time that I'm taking again within reason. And this is like I'm choosing to use it. I don't want to be paid out. Because what it all boils down to is, and I know people have seen it, and I know you've seen it, I've seen it. You die tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be looking to fill your position
They are gonna
the
feel it
next day.
immediately.
Yes, like as soon as they can. You don't think my position up on my I'm actually no, I don't think my position has been advertised for me, like looking at like the job listings. They hadn't been advertised, but they looking for somebody.
They looking for somebody.
They're looking for somebody. Now, do they have a whole lot going on to where they don't, you know, it's not gonna matter? But yeah, but anywho, can't have area chief of staff. You only got one area. But yeah, um, stop thinking so hard about it and do it. Take time for yourself. It's
Mm-hmm.
intentional rest, intentional rejuvenation, like,
Yeah.
and spending time with people other than
And some of these practice managers too, don't let them intimidate you.
yeah.
You're the doctor. And that is their responsibility to find somebody to fill, in those days if you're not going to be there, because they'll guilt you into being like, well, I don't know if I'll be able to, as if they are your boss.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to allow you to take that time because Dr. So and so will also be out during that time. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So I definitely shot that one up because I've gotten that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, do what you gotta do. Because I'm not gonna be there. And now I'm having to copy, now I gotta go above you,
Yeah.
and include your boss who is in control of my schedule, but is not my boss. And my boss too.
Makes no sense.
I never understood, I never appreciated really. So yeah, I'm like, do what you got to do because I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah.
And I've definitely had to walk out, in the midst of the chaos to just take a breather for myself, whether that was,
Mhm.
just stand there in silence, make a phone call to my husband or a close friend. Like, am I
Let me
tripping?
tell you
Let me tell you
what.
what's happening, right? Because I'm about to leave, you know?
Listen, I walked out, but who knows if I'm going to return? Nobody knows. They're going to question this every time I'm walking out this
Yes,
facility.
yes. Or
Not now.
right.
Not now. Not my people now, because we could. We good. We good.
Mhm,
But
mhm. Yeah.
then it was like Russian roulette. Which day had the bullet, honey? Because I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. I feel like I made that announcement every time I went for lunch. I might not come back.
I might not come back.
Didn't ever know if I was 100% serious on like actually pulling the trigger because I was always 100% serious. Yeah.
Oh goodness. But yes, take real breaks. Okay.
Mhm.
Seek emotional support. That's tip number 4. Seek emotional support. So that can be talking to a therapist. It's helpful if the person is familiar with either veterinary or healthcare burnout, but it can, it can be just your regular therapist that you already feel comfortable with. And then also you can consider joining a peer support group or veterinary mental health forum to realize that you're not alone. So for me, it was very helpful when I saw like even your post and being able to establish this relationship that I do have with you. And it wasn't necessarily to like be able to soak in our
Oh,
sorrows,
for sure. We're not trauma bonding, guys. We're not trauma bonding.
but it was more of in this phase of my life of having somebody who really understood what I was going through. And then I understood what they were going through. And just really being able to kind of work through it. And you want somebody that you can talk to. Because when I think about certain situations require me to have to talk to different people because I
Mhm.
need the person to really feel what I.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just don't get the same just like or like what you need from somebody that's not like literally going through the same
Okay.
thing or they have gone through something similar. There's some people that regardless they can offer good advice, regardless of whether they've experienced it or not. But for me, like some of the people that I was talking to, for one, I felt like I was just dumping so much on them, and they can't really appreciate everything of what you're saying. And some people, they just let you talk and talk and talk. And then,
Mhm.
like, okay, are you going to say anything? Okay, bye. I've said all these
Thanks.
things, and
Thanks for listening.
so yeah, that situation. It was nice because I mean now I don't even really have to talk about those things anymore outside of like when it's brought up on um these episodes
Yeah.
as a point of reflection.
Mhm.
But like how I was feeling when I was going through those things at that time, like I feel like I met my match when
Mhm.
we started talking about it. And so
Oh,
it's been helpful for me to move on.
yeah. Yeah. It's definitely been therapeutic. And I didn't realize, I think I talked to you about this, but I didn't realize um, I was actually still holding on to stuff
Mhm.
until I talked to my therapist a couple of weeks ago. And I was just like, I cannot. And I'm still grasping things because I know, like my cousin likes to say that our generation loves talking about trauma, trauma, trauma. But um,
Because we've been through so much.
I listen, traumatizing. I'm,
Yes.
I'm traumatized. Okay,
Yeah.
but um, that last hoorah and at that corporation was traumatizing,
Mhm.
and I didn't realize how traumatizing it was until um I talked to Davita for the listeners out there, about how the fact that I tried to go back into relief work and I physically cannot do it.
Mhm.
I have a fear of going back into the workplace in that type of environment, and in in fear of things are going to turn out, even in the short term aspect of things, because I understand, like I completely grasp the fact that this is not my hospital. I don't owe them nothing, but this time that I'm here, all that kind of stuff, I just physically cannot do it
Mhm.
yet.
Mhm.
I'm still working through like the tidbits and the mental anguish that I have. Like she told me I was literally, she was like, you didn't deal with it. You just kind of packed it away. And I
Mhm.
was like, girl, leave
Mhm.
me alone.
Look at you doing your.
But I know. God, thanks. So I said all that to say my therapist is everything to
Mm-hmm.
start with, but you really have to talk to people and, like Davida said, just people who get it.
Mm-hmm.
I talk so in such detail to Dexter and my mom and everybody around me about what was going on. They were having, genuine reactions like, I know she didn't. I know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. But therapy was always great. Therapy definitely got me out of that hole of
Mm-hmm.
a place. Yeah. Pushed me into the right direction for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I think me going to therapy made me realize that I had to be the one to do something about the way that I was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
She did make me realize that, yeah, girl, you do have a lot going on. You are very stressed. How are you doing all these things? How are you managing all these things? And I'm like, that I think that was when I started to come to the realization, like, I'm the one that's in charge of everything that's going on and what I feel like I'm capable of doing, what I actually want to be doing.
Yeah.
And in turn, me doing something about it is what it's going to take to no longer feel this way.
Yeah.
And there was no more at that point of suffering from analysis paralysis. I just had to go. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah.
That's a word because I literally got to a point where I was like, girl, I am tired of hearing myself
I'm
talk about
trying to
this.
hit myself. Yeah.
Like, I'm getting on my nerves. And I got to be getting on your nerves. I'm tired of talking about this.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
gotta make a move, gotta bust a move. You gonna barbecue, you gonna meal do. Woo!
Oh goodness. And I see people also like all the DVM mom support groups on Facebook and stuff like that too. I enjoy those groups mainly for the cases that people send through.
Mm-hmm.
Have been really helpful, but there are some women on there where that's all the support that they may currently have. They might not have family or friends to talk to, and so they feel pretty comfortable, whether it's sometimes they post anonymous,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine, but it's at least some type of forum or outlet for them to express what they're going through, because there are some women that are really, really, really going through
Yeah.
some really hard things that they feel like that's their only place to share that information and to help them through it. And so it's nice to be able to have those type of groups as well. I usually just stay in the background. I review, sometimes I will comment, but like I usually don't post on there. And it could be a level of comfortability, but it's still nice to see how supportive the women are to the women that do actually post on there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so this one definitely could have been at the top of the list, and it is reconnecting with your why. This is tip number 5. Reconnect with your why. Reflect on what drew you to this field in the first place. That's what you're gonna have to hold on to that. You can, if you enjoy journaling, you can journal about memorable patient wins or heartwarming moments to help to reconnect your purpose. But yeah, asking yourself why you did this in the first place and holding on real tight.
Woo! Faith and mustard seed. 'Cause I don't know if I ever actually questioned, like, why am I doing this?
Mm.
It's just like, why am I doing this way?
Yes.
'Cause they they
Mhm.
definitely had me question, like, if I was good at what I do.
Mm.
If I was good enough for this field, and you have enough doubt in yourself
Mm.
every single day to go into a workplace to have people feel like you have to doubt that. Get out. Get
Mm.
out. Like they tapping the teacup, baby. Get out. Get out. Because you were going into the sunken place. Do not listen to the lies, the fallacies, because you're here for a reason.
Yes.
Everybody. Um, but you just gotta hold on to that, like, yes, the whole why. Like, why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes certain places aren't for you. You just gotta find your niche. Veterinary medicine is a wide array of things um for you to do. So just find something that makes you happy in it.
Yeah.
As you start this for a reason, you just didn't realize what your niche was. And don't ever let nobody tell you otherwise.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the place I feel like I'm currently in. And I mean at one I don't think I ever questioned why, but I have thought about, okay, well, if I don't do this, what else would I do? So essentially it's probably the same thing. But then I finally came to the realization that yes, I definitely, this is my calling for sure. However, and I've said it before, I just needed to look differently for me.
Yeah.
And I think that what we both have done is very brave, it's bold, it's courageous to leave an area of, even though it was very stressful, it still was an area of comfort. And stepping out, it takes a lot, you know?
Hmm.
So it's awesome too to be able to have the family support to be able to do that. Because I
Yeah.
think in some instances with some people that want to step out, they may not be surrounded by family at all. Um,
Yeah.
and so to be able to like leave where they currently are, it may take an even bigger step. But I always say, and I feel like I've been saying this a lot, even to my kids. I'm like, what's the alternative?
I'm laughing because I can only imagine with those conversations. I'm like with the kids, what's your alternative, huh? Huh? What do you want mama to do?
Because my
What do
my
you
alternatives with them are pretty drastic. You can go feed the dogs. The alternative would be going and living, like being homeless, like, like,
Go feed this dog or
responsibilities. Now, if you don't want to do responsibilities and you're giving up on life, then you need to go.
do you want to fight me? Just say that.
And I would
I
never,
have look. I've definitely said that to my kids.
I would never
But it
out, but I need them to realize, hey, it starts here with responsibilities, and if you can't do them, you're giving up on yourself. Okay,
Mhm.
but
The little one told me, yeah, one time. I said, oh,
but like, you want to go? Go
you
ahead, but you can't take
go
nothing
ahead.
with you. You can't take nothing with you because I lost it. So, but yes, the right. What's the alternative? You want to stay here and be, depressed, anxious, probably lonely, frustrated, like your mental health is subpar, that's the alternative, staying here, or venturing off. And it might not even be the next location, but you still would have taken that chance, that leap of faith to try to make your life into the vision that you see for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. Mhm.
And so part of that is writing down what you want that to look like. What do you want your vision to look like? What would your dream vet life look like to you? So that may mean that you need to sit down and write that down so that you can have a better idea of the next moves that you may need to make in order to make that happen.
Absolutely.
All righty. So the next one, number six, tip number six is build joy into your routine. So make sure that you're making time for things outside of veterinary medicine, whatever that may be, whether that is crafting, spending time with your family, working out, doing Pilates, um, or going out into nature. Some people enjoy
Gardening.
gardening, going on hikes, just even going just for a simple walk. If you
Ground yourself. Walk outside with no shoes on sometimes. You
right.
got grass somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Every time I think about walking in the grass with no shoes on, I think about Dr. Anderson.
Oh Lord. Dr. Anthony, I would have had all kinds of parasites, but I hear you. I hear you. Look,
Well, right. And even to this day, I still go out there with no shoes
absolutely.
on.
Absolutely.
And I encourage my kids to do that as well.
And mine do.
And but I do think about him all the time in the back of my mind. Like, and you step out into the grass, and then the hookworms, they're gonna hook you on your foot. I'm like,
Meanwhile, we on top of the whole cabinet. Why are you up there? Just y'all wish y'all had a vet school like this.
oh my
That was epic. It
goodness.
was epic.
And then they talk about, and you gotta make sure you wash your hands because you, you touch this, you pick up a cookie, you eat the cookie, and now the worms. You done ate the worms. Oh Lord. So yes, remember that joy and joyful activities, they're not a luxury. I think we feel like we have to work our way and work ourselves up to deserve to have time to enjoy things.
Right.
And they need to already be a part of the schedule.
Mhm.
And that's your maintenance, whatever that's going to be. If you want to make sure that you get massages once a month, or personally, if I could, I would like to go once a week. However,
Amen.
once
Amen.
a
I ain't
week.
had one of ages.
I imagine that I would be like just free flowing, like just so less stressed if I went once a week. But at minimum, I would like to set myself up to go at least once a month. I have not
Mhm.
accomplished this yet, but that is something that I have written down that I would like to be able to do, is to have the massage, the one that's also like stretching, like the massage
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
stretch. That's what I want. At least
Nice.
once a month. But again,
I have yet to try that one, but I really do want to try it. I would like to be outside a little bit more, but I also would like to not walk outside right now without feeling like I'm being cremated.
girl, oh
So,
my gosh. I'm
so
like, ugh, it's so
yeah,
hot. It's disgusting.
yeah, and it's humid, so
Mm-hmm.
it's instant,
Sweat,
perspiration, like
glistening.
boring sweat. I hate it. I
Mm-hmm.
hate being hot. For
Yeah.
those of you who wanted the heat, I want y'all to go walk outside with no water, no shoes, no fan, and soak it up. Soak it up. For those who did not want this, I knew what was coming. You
Yeah.
should have enjoyed the cold. The cold.
Yeah.
Anywho, sorry.
So make sure that you make time for things that make you happy. Let's see. Number 7 is limit toxic client exposure. So it is okay to refer or to dismiss consistently abusive or disrespectful clients. Okay. And to help your team, okay, to help your team build that confidence in telling these people goodbye and no, you can create a script along with your team to deflect or manage the boundary pushing clients professionally. Okay. Because we don't want your team up there flicking people off or cursing them out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't want
That's
it.
yeah.
I've seen those posts too where the client is cursing the person out in the front
Mhm. Mhm.
and that person retaliates and they curse them back out. And then they're asking, should I write up my receptionist or should I fire? I've even seen them say, should I fire my receptionist? And it's like, no, no,
Have
you
a conversation.
have
Have a conversation.
a conversation. Exactly. Have a conversation about, what happened.
Mhm.
And then, I mean, she should also, I'm assuming it's a she, but he or she should also be maybe put through some type of training uh,
Mhm.
to be able to um, deal with those type of situations in a more professional manner.
Mhm.
And so that may go even just further than just letting the person go or writing them up. I would recommend some type of like conflict, some type of training for them to help them out because it ain't gonna be the last time they have to deal with it.
Yeah. No, no, for sure. I feel like where I came from, they fostered that type of behavior.
Mm-hmm.
They absolutely were okay with subjecting their team members, their veterinarians, their practice managers to the toxicity that is of an entitled and irate client, highly disrespectful. There have been too many times that I have come in contact personally with people who have disrespected me, and I never cursed nobody out,
Mm-hmm.
but I was probably a little less professional in some situations than I probably should have been. But I feel like it was probably after being pushed by the same person, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can name a few, but there were two, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent, that little story time. Two Black women who came for me and saying that I couldn't have been. One was like, I couldn't be the vet because she's never seen a Black vet. And she just they went, yeah, both of them went into this spiral about me being Black, and it was just a lot of self-hate. It was really sad to see
Mm-hmm.
when I finally met in person after this. I don't know, it was a whole thing. I said that to say neither one of them were fired
Mm-hmm.
after they wrote the nastiest things and said the nastiest things about me. And this was even before I got my position for one of them. She continued to say things, and it was crazy. Me personally, um, doing my own house call business, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. If you are in the Jackson, Flowood, Madison, Brandon, Braxton, whatever area, I do pick and choose my clients.
Yes.
'Cause I'm not gonna tolerate the craziness. I will limit my interactions with you if I feel like you're starting to get a little bit, overtly entitled.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, this is a business. This is also a mutualistic relationship. I'm helping you help your pet, and in turn, you are paying me for this service. We're gonna act like this is a professional and mutualistic relationship.
Right.
I'm very kind of relaxed in how I do things. So we have very, open conversations with my clients, and we have a good time. But I don't ever want you to feel like gives you a runway to
Mm-hmm.
run to
Mm-hmm.
to run away.
Right.
Don't do that, because I have every intention of relieving you of your services to me if we go left with it. It's as simple as that. So coming from a very toxic place, I will not allow toxicity into my space, my workspace that I have created for myself. any longer.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
don't do it. You shouldn't do it. We got enough toxic stuff in life.
In life. Exactly. And I do think that it is, I don't know. I mean, it definitely gives you the entitlement, and I feel like it's a little easier to, since you are in control, you're in charge, to say, we're not doing it, or I'm no longer going to be able to service you and your pet. Whereas in some of these clinical settings, you would think that you would have more say as the veterinarian, and that's not always the case with how things are set up in some of these clinics. And I think that needs to be reconsidered.
Yeah.
If that's not how the power dynamics work in the clinic that you're at, you still have to have some kind of say and some control,
Yeah.
as to who you're going to see. And then you have to stand on business. And then you have to train the team as well to not
Yeah.
accept it and not to allow that. Yeah, because I would see that a lot. I feel like once there is a note on that person's record, why are they coming now to a different location? Are we just waiting for this bomb to explode once again?
Yeah, so they can subject them to more people.
Like,
Let's spread the toxicity. Let's do that.
so I mean, I feel like once they've had whatever type of altercation or situation at a different location, that should just be them banned from the corporation in entirety. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want to see you. Like, that was just down the street. We don't want to see you over here. I don't really know what happened over there to,
Right.
prompt that, because sometimes you'll have them be crazy over there and not be crazy over here.
Yeah.
But I don't even really want to take the chance, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I want to take the chance to see if you gonna act the fool on us too.
And I was saying, and don't get me wrong, like there have been some situations I have had, like I can remember walking out to this lady and we like, I mean, it was back and forth, back and forth. And then we kind of came back together like, girl, my bad. I don't know what was going on. She said, I don't know. I don't know. We good. There are a lot of those situations because sometimes everybody has just a little
Right,
crazy. Like,
right.
sometimes you're just a little triggered. And there are those times in which I can excuse things like that when you can actually talk to somebody and come back and try to figure out what's going on and, things of that nature. We can have conversations like that. But when you just start going off the hinges,
Mhm.
there's another side note that I want to add in just because these are toxic people and all that kind of stuff. One point I wanted to make is that when we move these clients from place to place, I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of experiences with people with really serious mental health issues
Yeah.
in this field and
Mhm.
in the clinic space. You don't know what this client will end up doing to set this person off.
Right.
You don't know how much people are willing to take it there. Um, and then with the same thing with the client, like you don't know if your response is enough to set this client off
Mhm.
to a very violent way of expressing themselves. So you have to be careful about that too. I
Yeah.
try to make that point in a clinic setting, and then somebody turned it around and said that I was saying not nice things, and it was crazy. But that was always my point.
Mhm.
Like if you're not really willing to take it all the way there,
Mhm.
don't do it.
Don't do.
Don't do it.
Right.
Some people really, they're ready to
They
to
ready to set this place off, okay? They ready
set
to
it off.
off.
Like no boozy. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, you definitely have to be careful, and if we can try to diffuse some things, but it's tough because even those people at the front, they got to be, I say they are the first line of defense, okay?
Literally.
Make sure you put some good people up there that
Mhm.
help put some of these people in their place, for one,
Mhm.
but also help to kind of diffuse, some of these situations as well. Because
Yeah.
some of the people at the front, they be about it too. Okay, they be ready to go toe to toe with some of these,
Ah. I
and
had one run into a room when they felt like someone was talking about 'em. I hope you listening.
in some cases, you appreciate those type of people that's just
Mhm.
ready, like they ready for war. But
Yeah.
it has to be a balance. Got to be a balance. Oh Lord. Okay. Tip number 8 is delegate and share the load. You do not have to carry everything. It is not all on you.
Give it away.
You need to train your techs. You have to trust your team and lean on your support staff. So make sure that you are asking for help when you need it. And that does not mean that you are weak. When you're asking for help, that is wisdom.
Mm.
You are wise for asking for help.
Don't wear yourself out with no silliness.
Yeah. I have definitely struggled with that, just taking on so much and not really knowing how to delegate, and that was partly because I it was a lack of trust in the team, like, and it wasn't even my direct team. So when I was in my lab animal position in my previous role, I was more of like health surveillance, and we already had a very small team, and it ended up being myself and one technician, and that was my team. Whereas I had initially started off with 3 people on my team. 2 of those people had left, and then I was down to one. And it was the responsibility of the health surveillance team to do quality control and monitoring for making sure we don't have an outbreak of viruses or bacteria that we exclude from our rodent colonies.
Mhm.
And with that meant we had to collect samples from the mice and rats from all of our 9 facilities at that time. And that was a lot. I was running around, I myself, along with the technician, doing this physical. I'm like, we have thousands, tens of thousands of cages of rodents.
Mhm.
And we were responsible for doing that. And so I eventually had to lean on a different set of people to help. But
Mhm.
like before I got to that point, I was wearing myself thin because that was not the only area that I was over. I was over
Yeah.
other facilities. I was over like all of our zebrafish as well. And that was a brand new like facility. Like it was a lot. And so people were like, well, you can ask the vet techs or you can ask the path lab. And I'm like, they don't know what they're doing. We have a system, we just don't have enough people. And I didn't trust them to be able to collect the samples and make sure everything was labeled correctly and all of that. And then I just had to, I
Yeah.
just had to rely on, I had one of the vet techs help, and then I had the people in the path lab help us as well. And it felt, I don't know, it was just a mix of emotions because we weren't able to physically do it in a timely manner. You feel like inadequate because this is your job, but
Mhm.
at the same time, you got to give that thought process up because we would not have been able to get it done because all of this also has to be done within a certain time frame. And we would not have been able to do it without that additional help.
Yeah.
So that was the beginning of me learning that I have to delegate things. I can't take everything on by myself. I still do struggle with it, but I've gotten a lot better, and being in that corporate environment, it does force you to have to delegate. But I think the challenge there is when they're just hiring technicians with no experience, they're not training them appropriately either. So that I can't trust them,
Yeah.
and where I currently am doing relief, I found myself being able to delegate more efficiently because I have a really, really good group of technicians that they'll ask me, if they don't know how to do something or don't feel confident in something or whatever. But for the most part, I'm like, this is what this is supposed to feel like.
Hmm.
We're doing multiple things at one time. We're getting these babies out in a timely manner. They're all getting the treatments that they need to be getting simultaneously because I have a group of people that I can trust. And in the event that you can't trust them, then you have to train them. And I feel like that shouldn't even just all be on you as the vet.
Yeah.
Where's the manager? They manager because that's the thing. In those type of settings, you're not the boss of the technicians. So, their manager is their boss, and that's who should be helping to train them so that you can trust them.
Yeah. Yeah. Only have one really good one of those here. Only one.
Mm-hmm.
I like three.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Still my girl. Good stay. Yep.
She know who she is.
Yeah. We see you, girl. I see you. Yeah. One of my best clients right now. So,
Mm,
mhm. No, just lean in, especially if you got a good partner in all of this.
yeah.
Um, Lean in and push out. Like a good delegator is to me also a good leader in
Mhm.
in in a sense. So let me be let me be clear. Um, a characteristic does not make you a whole good leader.
Right.
It's a characteristic of a good leader, being
Mm,
able to not feel like you can do everything or you have to do everything by yourself.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And you're doing your part too. It allows you to do the things that just you can do. Whereas there are some people that's all they do is delegate. They don't do anything at all. Those people right there are true masterminds, okay? They,
masterminds. Oh God, yeah, yeah.
if you can delegate and make people feel like this is a team effort and you sitting back and ain't doing nothing, hats off to you.
Look, round of applause. You got it, boo. You got it. You have the star quality.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
You fooled us all. You fooled us all.
So number 9, advocate for change. Talk to your leaders at the clinic about scheduling limits, mental health resources, and realistic caseloads. Even small policy changes like 10-minute breaks, blocking off the schedule
Hmm.
that you can catch up, do callbacks, or no double bookings, which sometimes, like where I'm at currently, there's no double bookings unless there's like a walk in. But where I was before, there was always double bookings and even triple bookings. Yay.
Yeah.
Um, but even these small policy changes can make a difference. Okay. Because depending on what these babies are coming in for, you can have back to back appointments, and they be 30-minute appointments, and
Right.
you still make the same amount of money that you would have made with the double booking. Okay.
Yep. Yep. So what? How did this end? Looks like we broke even here, right?
Like we broke even. Oh, Lord. And number 10 is give yourself grace. That can
Mm.
be, again, that one could have been shot up at the top. And I feel like that deserves a double. Like,
Listen,
there can
this
be
is not in chronological order, guys.
not. This one, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, 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 grace. Burnout is not a failure. You are not a failure. It is more of a signal, okay, that your body is giving you that, hey, something is not right here. We're not okay. You are human. I am human. We are all human. Okay. And we're carrying a lot, especially if you have had kids, if you're in some type of leadership role, even if you're a new grad and you ain't got no kids.
It's all ghetto.
Still alive.
It's all ghetto.
It's ghetto. It's ghetto. But listen, we signed up for this. Okay. And you the end of the day that you love what you're doing. You love this, you love those animals, and you love the difference that you're making. We just needed to look different. We need to take
Mm.
breaks. We need to focus on ourselves. We need to take a step back, reassess, and reset.
Reset, rejuvenate, rest. All of those things.
Mm,
Never been more to me than it does now. Like
absolutely.
my rest is vital to my survival.
Because my survival, yeah.
It's my survival. It is a must. Like I have to do these things in order for me to be a functioning citizen of this very ghetto universe that we're in right now.
Mhm.
Like if you want to see crazy, that must mean that I have not given myself grace today.
Right.
Like, girl, calm down. Calm down. It's okay. And now, like, most of the time, I feel like what people have seen in the last 6 months, the
Mhm.
crashing out, the mental temper tantrums, and all that kind of stuff. I think that literally is me, like me in like panic mode.
Mhm.
So, like, being able to just kind of sit back and begin, well, that didn't get done today. I didn't answer this person today. I didn't get this done, or I only got this done.
Mhm.
Um, I did something.
You did something. Something
So,
something got
yeah, it's only me.
mm,
And I'm just trying to make it every day. And
yeah.
so,
Mhm. And drink your water, you know. Drink
oof,
drink water.
oof. Add some watermelon to it if you want
Add
to.
some watermelon or some lemon or something to it, refresh and rehydrate yourself because that's also part of our issue. We're not
Mhm.
hydrated.
You're just walking around, electrolytes all out of whack.
Depleted. Okay? Eat your lunch. Okay? Take
Ooh,
a break to eat
that,
food. Eat
that.
food. So, yeah, I feel like I'm more plump, hydrated now than I had been before.
Yeah.
And even preparing myself, I would have the water there and not take a sip the whole day. Like, because you just going, going, going.
Yeah.
And that is not okay. We don't
No.
want our skin drawn in. Like, we want elasticity. Okay?
Mhm.
We
Ooh!
want plumpness. We want glowing. Okay, that's
No.
what we're going for. And
We can't look like what we've been through.
we cannot look like what we've been through or what we are going through. I'm so keen on that.
Mm.
So drink your water, take your breaks, and that is all. I'm working on following this advice. Um,
Yeah. Because I
getting
don't want nobody for not 1 minute to think that this is something we got in the bag. I know I
absolutely.
don't. No, man. No.
So again, it's a working process. It is a journey, and if there are any other recommendations that you guys may have, and how you deal with burnouts or, self-care, then make sure y'all leave us a message, leave us a comment.
Email us.
You can email us. So we'll be looking forward to it, and we'll see y'all next time.
That's a wrap for this episode of Vetted and Vetman. We hope you enjoyed today's conversation as much as we did.
We're all about keeping it real, sharing our stories, and creating space for women, especially Black women, in veterinary medicine to feel seen, heard, and supported.
If you love what you heard, don't forget to download our episodes, subscribe to the podcast, and leave us a review. It helps others find us.
And stay connected with us on social media. We're sharing behind the scenes moments, resources, and a whole lot of real talk. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Vetted and Vet Med, and visit our website at vettedandvetmed.buzzsprout.com.
Plus, join our growing community on YouTube by subscribing to our channel. It's a space for deeper conversations, support, and all the good vibes.
Thanks for vibing with us. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. You've been vetted and vet med.